barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to join the Patreon as well. I listened to Steve Harvey and Monique's discussion yesterday, and I just listened to it again just now. And she said, Steve Harvey said something, and Monique's rebuttal to the statement I thought was exceptionally powerful. Steve Harvey said something that bothered me. He says, we black here. We can't be acting like this. We got to do it a certain way. We in the money game. And Monique rebutted him saying, basically, integrity over money. That's the issue we're having with Gucci versus our community, T.I., and other artists calling for a boycott of it, and Floyd Mayweather doing what he wants to do, believing in green. And I told you guys, and I'm going to say this as long as I can on my channel, and I'm speaking to all my black kings out there. In order to be a great black man in America, you must first be a great black man. And I know it takes, it's hard. It's super duper hard. You know, I'll show you guys at some point. I got 3 or 4 pair of Gucci shoes I've never worn that are sitting in my closet right now. Do I want to wear them? Yes, I want to wear them. You understand what I'm saying? But T.I. says 90 days, and we're gonna wait. I just saw his live this morning. He's gonna sit back and so they can see. He said the reason why they're doing 90 days so they can have a barometer, so Gucci can see the barometer as to how impactful blacks are to the Gucci brand. And I think it's important. And once they get these numbers back, he asked that they invest their equity into our community. And it's not just good enough saying sorry anymore. You know, it's like a relationship. You can't just apologize to your girlfriend or your wife, right? You have to show an action. You have to show a consistent action that reminds her of why you're sorry and why, quote unquote, you've changed or become better. And Steve Harvey had a radio show out here years ago. I was a big fan of Steve Harvey's. I said was. I'm giving away my response. I was 22, 23, just began teaching, and I used to listen to him on my way to work every morning on my first years in teaching. And he was very inspiring. You know, I love the combination of street knowledge and spiritual savviness, or you understand. I love that. That's why I respected him so much, because he was capable of interweaving those two sectors of our community and making sense of the whole thing, you know. And he lost his way. Steve Harvey was a huge advocate of what goes on. Him and Minister Tony Muhammad were brothers as it relates to what goes on in our community here in Los Angeles. And I admired him, you know. And now when I listen to Steve Harvey talk, he's rich already. When you're rich already, and more importantly, when you know how to make money, you can do it. I think black celebrities need to fully understand, or black people in power, we can support you by ourselves. We don't need the white dollar, the Latino dollar, the Arab dollar for you to be successful. And I think that's what happens in boxing. They believe that they need the Mexican market to be successful, or to become a megastar. They don't. You really, really don't, you know. And I think when you're honest and you're sincere and you stand for something, people will respect you long term. It will never ever, I'm not going to say never ever be, but that's why Muhammad Ali is respected so greatly, because the man sat out years of his boxing career, which equates to millions of dollars, for what he stood for. And that's why he is the greatest boxer of all time. How many times did he lose? 6 or 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. And 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And he's special. You know, I don't allow, I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. I don't allow anyone to compare themselves to Muhammad Ali. I always stop them. No one's allowed to say, compare themselves as the best boxing ever to Muhammad. I'm talking in conversation. You know, I don't care what Roy Jones say, or Sugar Ray Leonard, or Mike Tyson, or Floyd Mayweather say. Muhammad Ali was a man. And I wish there was a Muhammad Ali today in boxing. I wish it was. I really, really wish it was a Muhammad Ali in the boxing community today. You know, it would give so much voice to the voiceless, and would make other people who has a voice, it would make their voice even louder. You know, and some may say Deontay Wilder is that, and he's becoming that. You know, he's been very loud, very vocal, and we genuinely appreciate that. And it's just it's hurtful when you see the people who played a part in your development. You know, I listened to Steve Harvey every day for like 6 or 7 years when I was a school teacher. 7 years every morning. You know, from 7 to 8 or 6:45 to 7:45 every single day. So imagine my connection to Steve Harvey. You know, it was before we streamed music. It was before, you know, it was CDs at the time. So during commercials, I played my favorite song on the CD, and after I believe the commercials off, I went back to Steve Harvey. You know, and very influential. And it's the same in boxing. Like, I want people to fully grasp and understand. You don't need people in your life who abandon the culture. You don't need them in your life. People say, Steve Harvey, everyone who's supporting the boycott, whether it's Floyd Mayweather or whether it's other people, and I'm most notable this week, we don't need them in our culture. You understand where I'm coming from? We don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need them in your life. They just serve as an entertainment vessel. There's other forms of entertainment that you can deal with, you know? You know, I applaud people who didn't watch the Super Bowl. That's a tough thing to do. You know? It's a very tough thing to do, and I applaud you for that. I applaud people who didn't watch the NFL, you know, for the past 2 years. You know, I applaud you. You know, you did something that should be commended. I applaud people who's not going to buy Gucci. You know, I'm not buying Gucci. You know, and you're talking to a man who wears it on a weekly basis. You know, typically, it's what I do. You know, and I'm not going to wear it. When we get resolved on this issue, I haven't been. If you guys go back to my old videos, if you go back to my old videos, you'll see I wore a lot of H&M shirts. I haven't bought one in like since that monkey episode. I haven't bought one. You know, I haven't even walked into the store. I've gone from H&M to Forever 21 to get like my cheap t-shirts and, you know, like this type of sweater. It's like a $12 sweater. You know, so from Forever 21. So, you know, it's I hope and pray that this video inspires you to have courage. I hope and pray that it encourages you to believe in your brother and your sister, because once we become that, we become so powerful. And I say too to the people who are on the fence, stay quiet until you have the confidence to support. You know, if they're fighting and you're unsure what they're fighting for and you don't believe in it, stay quiet. Let them fight their fight. Let them fight their fight and see where it takes them. because it's only going to enhance your life. Okay? So, I just want to say I was disappointed that Steve Harvey equated success to money. Money is a sign of success. We all need money. I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't not make money. You need money to succeed in this culture. But don't be a coward. Don't be a coward when you got to stand up for your culture. Be wise, do your homework, do your due diligence, and find a way where you can most be successful at it. You know, and you know, it's been a really challenging week in terms of receiving information this week as it relates to the culture. You know, from Steve Harvey to Andre Ward to Floyd Mayweather, it's been really challenging. You know, and I've realized we don't need them in our life. We don't need that energy in our life. We don't have to intake the information. You know, and maybe one day they'll get it. Maybe one day they won't. I can't control what they do. And for all those saying, yeah, everyone's gonna have what's the term I'm looking for? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Everyone can double talk. I'm trying to think of the synonym for double talk. You know, I mean, contradiction. We're gonna contradict ourselves a few times. You guys gonna see me someday, y'all like, man, Fred, I thought you stood for black people. I thought you did X, Y, Z. You know, I'm gonna fall short. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that tomorrow I may say something on a video that you may question, and I quite possibly could be wrong. And guess what? I can be corrected. I'm not above reproach. I'm not above someone telling me I'm wrong. I get DMs. Shit, I get comments every day telling me I'm wrong. You know, I'm a racist. You know, when people call me racist in the comment section, I know I'm doing the right thing. I 100% know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm unveiling the hate. I know I'm bringing them out. You know, so stay the course, y'all. Your culture doesn't supersede the money you make. And if you're fortunate enough to have money, expository income, put it back into your community. You know, put it back into your community, and you know, your future generations will thank you. That's how you speak beyond the grave, when you're inspiring a culture. You know, when you leave something for future generations to inherit and benefit from. So I salute y'all. I applaud people who are in this fight. I applaud people who are unwavering. You know, and even from a personal level, I go through this every time I cover a boxing match. Don't no one act and talk like me in the media. There ain't no one unwavering as me. I'm gonna share these stories with y'all piece by piece. You know, how white media want to, they don't like it. They don't like it that I'm unafraid of them. They don't like it that if you push me, I'm gonna push you harder. They don't like that. They can't accept that. And at the end of the day, we got to understand and accept that we have the absolute same rights they have. This ain't the money game. This is about the integrity game. And integrity over money. You will reap your rewards later. It's gonna be greater later. You know, whether you make $50,000 a year, $500,000 a year, knowing you did it the right way is powerful. You know, I've spoken to an unfortunate and fortunate thing about growing up in the community in which I grew up in is, as you get older, you develop relationships with the people who went to jail and sold drugs and did drugs. And I've spoken to a lot of gangbangers who've done some bad things in life, and they will forever have that spiritual guilt upon them. You know, that's one of the reasons why they are forever giving back to the community. You know, they're forever wanting to make the community a better place. They get 35, they get 40, they wake up and they realize they want their family to live in a home and not an apartment. They realize that ownership and entrepreneurship is a level of independence that working a 9 to 5 can't provide. And no matter how much money they make, you see it, that they live with it. You know, they live with the fact that, damn, I wish I could have, if I've known better, I would have done better, you know. And I applaud those kings for becoming better. You know, it's the same as me. I've made mistakes, and I had to grow from them, you know. And I too had to get better with time and with age. And I am unwavering. When I say I am, no relationship for me supersedes the advancement of black people in America. No relationship. None. Nothing. I think Floyd Mayweather is absolutely wrong. And I hope that he has people around him telling him that what he's doing is setting us backwards because of his platform and his fiscal influence that he has on our community. Hope someone looks at Steve Harvey and tells him he's wrong for saying black people can't act like that. It's a money game. No, 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 no. Listen, what famous person told me this? It was I don't know if I should say their name. It just came. I'm not going to say their name. But they told me, without black people, there is no entertainment. And when black people learn to accept the business before entertainment, everyone else will become obsolete. And that's what they fear. That's why he was telling me, that's why they tell you need an agent. The agent is to keep the man in play. You know, the middleman. And they teach you not to trust people who look like you because they poor, they don't know any better. You know, anyways, man. Barbershop conversations, man. 17 minutes is long enough. So I applaud y'all. I salute y'all. I think Steve Harvey, what he said was wrong to Monique. He just should have said, you know what? He just should have said, I'm wrong. There's nothing wrong with the man admitting that he's wrong. And I know we have to go through some things. It's a cathartic experience because I'm a man too. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, I'm this big bravado man that's always right. We have to go through some sort of cathartic experience, right? To get to the place of where we can say, I'm sorry, I apologize, I was wrong, I should have listened, you were right. I understand that. I respect that. I 1000% respect that. But as we grow, we got to get to that space a little bit quicker. Whether it took you 6 months to get to that space, it should be 3 months. Whether it's 3 months, it should get you to 3 weeks. Whether it's 3 weeks, it should get you to 3 days, then to 3 hours, then to 3 minutes. You understand? Let's get there sooner so we can encourage growth, so we can germinate those seeds in our culture and in our community. All right, I love y'all. Barbershop conversations. I got about... It's a charging station, y'all. Y'all know I be thinking. This is Dre's car, though. They're going to Disneyland tomorrow for President's Day. So, Lincoln. Yeah, y'all think Lincoln wasn't named after no president. Lincoln and Kennedy wasn't named after no president. It was named after Lincoln Kennedy, who inspired me when I was 17 years old. I'll tell the story after I tell him one day. Hopefully I get a chance to meet him. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy your Sunday. You know, you can kick your heels up, you know, and you know, make it do what it do. I got to work tomorrow. I got another vacancy. Shit, people moving out on me. That's actually good because they wasn't paying high rents. So now I can make it industry standard rents, you know. So I'll make a few more dollars so I can afford to go to fights now. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.